just love those, the way you stretch your tracks out, the way it just keeps going, but it's building, and classics. Do you realise this is a classic? Black Mahogany.
Oh, that's beautiful. I never thought of this as a classic, but that's nice. I didn't sell a lot. But, you know, I guess that's cool.
Now, when you say you were sort of selling the records, you actually make them and sell them outside the clubs, available on the streets, in the shops? Is that how it works?
Well, that's what it first started off. Yeah, most definitely. Just selling around neighborhood, just, you know, record stores and things like that. Then a couple of distributors start calling you. And first you don't really get it, but then you started, okay, we could make this happen. But I've always only pressed up a little. You know, for one big thing, because I couldn't really afford the whole situation. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Then, and you know, I would probably the whole thing was, you know, I was satisfied. It wasn't like nobody ever called me for 5,000 damn records. You understand? So it was always nice to sell just a few, and knowing you wasn't getting none back as well is always a wonderful feeling. But you know, if you're only selling 5 or 6 of them, it's more likely you won't get none sent back to you.
Was it strange for you that, in a way, you were getting more reaction out of Europe or Japan than you were outside of Detroit?
Well, what was strange is that early on, I got tons of support from Detroit. Detroit was the reason why I kept doing it. But you got a million friends in Detroit. Detroit ain't gonna buy your records. Hey man, what you mean? Give me your record. You know, that's how Detroit is, you know. But they will play, they will support it, but, you know, they're not going to buy it. At least my friends not. You know, they just come to the house and pick it up and take whatever they want and they're gone. No barbecue, no money, you know, no liquor on the table, nothing. They just take. What was amazing, that so many people over here started picking it up, or just, if they don't have the record, just knew of the person behind the record. Because again, back in the 80s, when it was me and K-Stone, it was totally different. People knew us down south. Kind of the same situation in Detroit. We couldn't sell records in our own hometown, but down south, they picked it up, and it was wonderful. You know, again, we never got no money. We on somebody else's label. So yeah, it was most definitely a surprise for me. You know, it wasn't like I started making records to get over here. I didn't even know nothing about the market as far as that's really happening. Though I knew music was coming out here because I bought records from Europe all my life, you know, especially London. I mean, you know, y'all big ass Detroit over here. Do you know that? And I done picked up a lot of things recently past 6 years, and sometimes I wonder, why do y'all even go to America? Y'all got so much talent over here. I mean, it's amazing. Like y'all got this thing over here called this new grime thing. I'm digging that, baby. That's hot. I'm really into that. You know, but it's amazing how people react and treat you when you come over here. Especially me, you know, I'm just, you know, you don't get that over there. You know, you still color-coded over there, you know, most definitely. And you come over here and they treat you, you know, everybody's the same red blood inside. That's wonderful. You know.
It's your 4th home, maybe your first at one stage. Might be going towards the top of the list.
I think it's right there, comfortable where it's at.
So you have been in London for some time now, haven't you? I mean, like, you've just been here for a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, a couple of weeks, yeah, a few weeks.
Not just DJing,
just relaxing, enjoying the rain, jumping on the tube, on the bus, getting that 29 and nowhere. I'm loving it, yeah.
And last Saturday, if you were lucky, people might have turned up at the Fiddler show at the Shepherd's Bush Empire, which was a roadblock apparently, and you were doing something there. You did some live stuff, right?
Amp Fiddler did a show Saturday on the 6th at Shepherd's Bush Empire, and it was supposed to keep a big secret, but anyway, I popped up and took over the stage for, I think, one tune. I did a Freaky Little Mama, and it was wonderful. You know, I wish I had my skates, but that didn't happen. But we went up there, we did our thing, sat back, he let me take control for a minute, and it was nice. You know, I don't know how the people reacted, whatever, but I went up there and did that track. It was wonderful.
So, Fiddler Detroit like you? You've known him a long time?
That's my big brother, yeah. You know, if I need anything, I call him. You know, if I need, hey, how you work this? Because I'm still dumbfounded with technology. You know, I'm just not getting over analog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the CD era blew me away. So, you know, technology-wise, I call him. I need anything, you know. He's there for me, you know. And he basically lives around the corner, so, you know, it's always wonderful to call. Plus, like, when I did a show in Detroit, he popped up on the stage and took over. What I was supposed to do, tell him to get off the damn stage? No, I went back in the back, got me some liquor, and chilled out for a while. Then I came back and let him do his thing.
By the way, you did come up with the best title for a record this year when you released Technology Stole My Vinyl, right?
Yeah, that wasn't a hard title to name. That wasn't nothing I had to really think about. It's always been there. And I'm sure a lot of brothers and sisters and DJs and people around the world probably feel the same way.
What is it about Detroit? I always ask this question when someone from Detroit comes in, but what is it about Detroit that pushes it out with all the producers? There's no producers that I've met out of Detroit who've been conservative necessarily. Most of them are pretty radical and they've really got a vision, more so than other cities. Have you got an idea about that?
I don't know. It's grimy. In Detroit, there's only 3 things going to happen in Detroit. You're either going to sell and make cars, you're going to be a musician, or you're going to be on drugs. There ain't too much in between there. You know, that's for a male. Now, if you're female, you could probably add prostitution. You know, but basically, that's it coming out of Detroit. Ain't nothing else going on. You know, I got a father that's been a musician all his life, and he's gone nowhere. I mean, Detroit is basically musicians. You know, if you think about it, if you know a band or you go to a band anywhere around the world, at some point in time in any huge band or even a small band, there's some musician, somebody at some point in somebody's band, somebody is from Detroit or at one point been from Detroit or lived in Detroit, you know. Me, I have to say, it's simple. That's a very simple answer. It's just simply home. I mean, we know no other way. You know, that's probably the best answer I could tell you. There is just no other way. You know, you fight all your life and you get prone to that. It's just a way of life.
Are you still as connected to the hip-hop movement?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And did you know JD?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, in Detroit, who didn't? You know, and it goes Big Proof as well. You know, the Outcasts, you know, the Hip-Hop Shop, you know, and then, of course, later on, 3/4 of Fun, which was originally Maurice Malone idea. And, of course, big corporate made it, made it a different situation. You know, but I want to say what's up to Andres, Shoes, Slum, you know, that whole connection over there. You know, we doing our thing, Fat Cat. I just saw them cats at a jazz cafe out here in London. You imagine that? Come way out here, you see some cats from your own hometown. That's lovely. That's a beautiful thing.
Wicked every time.